When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
Re-earn
30 years, so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the crown.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's
fool?
a close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah. One up and up is magic. Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, hut, 15 line, 15 line. Rotate, spell. Jammer, jammer, jam, jam. Check, 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 check. 25, check 25, check 25. Check, check 50. Bravo.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the weapon. Kill
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the whip. Check four. Same on. Switch.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, the Cardinals last year, of course, struggled 3-13, but 2 of their 3 wins came against these 49ers. In fact, the Cardinals have beaten the Niners 8 consecutive times. Last time San Fran beat Arizona was 2014. And remember, these are clubs that meet twice a year. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
21. 36. Check 26.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll hit Jackson, complete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Devon Kennard. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. On the return is Kirk. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Niners' 40-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Tougher. Tougher. Orbit.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Kyler Murray, a 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the 1st down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard
Let's
line.
put that team on the bus. Tight dog.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Wide. Get wide. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike, 54. 22, check, Bubba. 22, check.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check 13. Check 13. Check.
Now Mostert.
Check 24. Check 24. Let's go. Come on.
And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter.
49ers nothing.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. This is Mostert. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And it brings up 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
1st down, 49ers.
Here we go. 180. 58, right there. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shoot. Check. 11.
Here's Mostert. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. McKinnon. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 29.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Showing A, showing A. Check 31, check 36. Bullet, high. Under 10, under 10, 10. Gone.
This is Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
At the 46-yard line.
54, 218.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
On second down, it's Drake. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Here we go. 60 yards. 54, Mike, 54. Stop your 64. Swing. Check 99. Check 99. Check. Watch out. Hey, alert 3. Hey, check 24.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Come on, fellas.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
60 outlaw. 36. Hey, that QB's trapped. Check 3.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray, incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Haywood. Check three.
Murray going to throw. He completes it to Jones. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Mostert. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
21.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
21.
Undercrunch.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
One, Omaha.
Garoppolo again. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Here we go.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
21.
Shift. Watch the shift. Watch twist.
Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former fifth-round pick. I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end.
He's checking. Crash.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Here we go.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
Watch the out.
Check. Hey, Charlie.
Fresno.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Murray and the Cardinals with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returning, it's Benjamin. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On play action, now Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
58's the mic. Let's go, let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
You don't want none. 65, 65.
24 is the mic.
I got him.
Joker, 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 Joker.
12, 12.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter.
Watch the screen. Zoom. Kill. Check. Hot route. Hot. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. You can't block him.
First down, Murray. Flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix it.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
On the double. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's our field. It's our field. Hey.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jones. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
This brings up 3rd and 2.
Okay, ready.
Mike, 36. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Check 50. Check 50.
Watch 30.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. And he hits Drake. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Whip, 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 whip. Whip.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Coverage that time by Deontay Thompson.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Kirk now, the return man. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
That's the safety creep.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Check 26, check 26. Hut, go.
Hey, check Mike 33.
Pause.
33. Check pass.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Check Mike 33.
Strip the ball.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. Now a desperation, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. To throw is Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
And this is caught. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert with time running out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Murray. It's complete to Drake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch the twist. Watch the
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Showing A. Showing A. Check 31. Check 31.
First throw of OT for Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Here we go.
57
at the 16-yard line.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 13, 11.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Check 99. Check 99.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8. 3rd and 8 situation, a tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Check 3, check 3. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
That's it. That's it.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Switch. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Check 3. Check 3.
Again, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Check, ready. Go to base. 36.
Watch the run, watch the run.
What can Murray do now with his drive? And that is incomplete.
Murray's pass, intended for Andy Isabella, incomplete. He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal's from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.